the IMC placement. It was a bit okay. I mean, my approach will be different, but other people who were act focused and serious about it, they will have a different approach. So I'm not here to preach something superficial. I'm just here to talk about my placement journey for you all to know and see how it went for me, and get a hint at how the things work out during the placement scenario. Students, I understand placement journey is different for all the different students, but common is the process and the approach towards it. Let me get back to it to get down to the memory lane about 3 years ago when I started working as a PR professional. Once I get into the industry, I always wanted to work in PR industry because I thought that is something that will give me a lot of opportunity that I'm looking forward to. Because I thought I'm not a very news sense kind of person. I was not very interested in news sense of it. But yes, I was interested in understanding and making sense of the factual knowledge that you're going to preach in journalism, and that is going to make a great difference. Since my approach was different because I wanted to work in the PR industry, so I was only focusing on the companies which is coming for the PR. I remember I have applied for almost 3 4 PR companies, and I got through, yeah, almost 2 3 of it. I did not give the last final round of the last company because I already got the placement in the mid half, so I decided not to go forward with the application. So first and foremost, you'll get list of companies that is going in the that is going to come in the campus for the placement, and you have to prepare yourself accordingly with the companies list, the package, everything will be mentioned in the list. And when I saw the list and everything, I find it very disappointing because the kind of package that the big media institution was providing, it was very mere, and I find it very disheartening to understand why is it so. But then I got to know this is how the industry is built up, and even now it is the same. That is really something which has to be pondered upon. And this is why also a lot of people in the media industry are looking forward to navigate some other profession as well. But well, that is a completely different issue that I'm not going to take up here. What I'm here to talk about is just my placement journey, just how my placement went and what all things went, and how did I prepare myself to get through the placement. I remember I have applied to 2 3 companies. I think G was the first that applied, and I got through one of it, but I got rejected in the second round. The placement journey ran over a month period, but I remember a lot of students, I would say 30 40% of the students were actually placed in the first and second week of it. And I was one of them. When I was placed, though, I stopped applying for other things. I was also applied for an internship at sale, and I got through that also. So I don't get to the company that I want to work in PR, so I will do an internship, and I will learn this set of skills that is necessary for this industry. I will learn and I'll work upon it, and then I will get in the industry. I was not very serious about my placement journey. Let me tell you, I all the people who know me and I was living with my friends, actually we used to explore because I was coming from Odisha to Delhi for the campus. I have already been here because my whole graduation was done here only. I am also from DU, so I knew everything from day and day out. So what happened, actually I was coming with 2 of my friends who were very new to this place, so I was more interested to make them visit the whole city around. I was busy in making them travel, and I was traveling with them and I was enjoying. I was not very much inclined towards placement as other people were studying or something. But yeah, I am not saying that is good. I'm just saying that I did this, but it is not a good thing. You should always focus and prepare beforehand to understand what you're going to get in the future lane. A placement, when the company which I was recruited for my placement came into the campus, it was, I guess, there was this online session where they were talking about the approach and what they're looking forward. They asked if someone can volunteer and make a Google form to make the application process easy. So I decided to volunteer for this. So I made the Google form. I helped them with the recruitment process and everything. And somehow in that process, they saw that I have the ability to nurture the job responsibility well. So I got through the first round of it, and then I got through the second round of it as well. And the personal interview, I guess it was also fine. Everything got fine, but I was not very hopeful that whether I'm going to get the job or not. But everything went positively well in my case. Once the result were out and I was on the list, I was like, okay, nice, that's nice. I got what I was looking forward to. It has got a decent placement package also for the starting of the journey, and also it this was the industry that I was looking forward to work. So I got the placement and I was not bothered at all. But I saw people, they were very bothered with respect to the placement. A lot of people actually did not get the job for the next 2 3 months, and it was difficult for them to survive here because, yes, a lot of us are not coming from a very privileged background. So a lot of students were actually looking forward to jobs so that they can survive in the industry and then accordingly switch careers or whatever. Since that, I remember that I have applied for the PR companies. I got to know there was less PR companies going to come for the placement. I decided that I will focus on the companies that is associated with PR only. So I was focused on that. DD was one of the mass recruiters of our time as well. Got to know that a lot of students go for the DD. Let me tell you, there was a point in my life while I was studying in the institution, applied for All India Radio, and I remember I traveled from Odisha to Delhi just to give the audition for that, and I could not get through it. But what I was learning there was this man who actually told me that IMCNs are treated like in-laws for them. But while I was going and I gave the audition over there, I got to know that there were a lot of experienced people for that. For that position. So obviously I was sure, I'm not going to get it. But yes, I did got the understanding how the process and everything was, because the application actually, it was not written that you have to be experienced, or it was written you can be a fresher as well. So I thought, let me just try. So my resume was shortlisted and I was called for the audition, and when I went there, I did give the audition, and it was like I met a lot of people over there who told me that because you're from IIMCs, of course you are going to get a lot of opportunity over here, so it's not something to worry about. So I did. It was fine for me, and I get back to my college, and very few people know about this. When the placement drive came, even All India Radio was also there, but I did not set for it because, first of all, I thought I don't want to associate myself just for the tag or brand or something. I was looking forward to work in the industry according to my potential, according to what I want to contribute in. It was not something that I just want to be a very good journalist. I was always inclined towards writing. Anything that gives me an opportunity to write what I want to write, I think that is something that I will take forward. So this was my placement journey as far as I can remember. I am not here to preach something that placement and this and that, but let me tell you, don't keep high hopes when it comes to placement. You have to actually work on yourself to understand which industry you're looking forward to work in and what are the skills actually required for that industry. Moving forward, when I look back today, I actually joined the PR industry. I worked there for 5 months, and I realized in that 5 months this is not something that I wanted to do in the long run, because the kind of thing that I wanted to write, the kind of thing that I want to talk about, of course, there were opportunities, no doubt, but I was limited to certain roles, and I did not like that approach. So I quit that and I did my MA. After completing my MA, I decided to get into journalism, and post that, I got into the journalism, and I have been working almost 2 years for now in journalism only, and I'm enjoying the kind of work that I'm doing. Like, I enjoy writing, scripting, and all of that. This was something that I wanted to do for a very long time, and today while I'm speaking and narrating my story also, I feel very good because you know sharing things honestly, making things out in the public with the right sense of responsibility and the honesty is very much important to me, as not as a media person but also as an individual. I am someone who believes in sharing, helping out, and making sure that the right thing is known to the right people at the right point of time, because that actually helps you a lot. You will meet a lot of seniors, and even I met a lot of seniors who told me, hey, this is that, this is though, and all. I tell you, the intention of helping could be there, must be there of the seniors, but they can only help you to a certain extent, because they can help you, they can make you understand what is the process and everything, but you have to go through the process. You have to be equally invested and have to be equally giving, understanding the job nature and making sure that you get the job. Most important thing, I recently shot a video for one of my teacher who asked me to IMC preparation journey. So if you want, you can watch that also. I'll put that link in the description. This was my personal journey. See, my journey is something very personal to me. It is not important same things is going to happen to you also. No, it is not going to happen. But yes, understanding and listening from my journey, what you can actually grab is that you have to take a point. You have to know which industry you want to work in, and what is the requirement of that industry, and what are the things that I need to work upon myself in order to survive in that industry. Once these things are sorted, I think placement is not something that you need to be scared of. Just prepare well what you are looking forward to. Also, I've met a lot of juniors who don't know how to write a good resume. Of course, I mean, come on, you have to work on yourself, you have to work on these skills, because no matter whether you're working in the industry or not, these basic skills will actually help you to understand your own personal journey, and you can successfully get out of this mess which you might have created in your head in terms of the placement journey. It's simple, sorted, but only when you have decided to take it in a right approach. I mean, that's the most essential thing that you need to work upon. Other than that, I would say media industry is a huge industry. Yeah, there are few of the things that is not very good in terms of the approach and everything, but I think you should not be disheartening. There are a lot of people who are actually doing good work, who are actually making efforts to make sure that the industry is relevant and good for audience to look upon. So we should not be disheartened, but yes, only when we people decide to work with integrity and only make the industry going forward in a positive sense. And more part of the IMC placement journey, I wanted to tell you all. While the placement was little hectic, there will be a time when you will be supposed to be in a formal attire. So a lot of students, I got to know that they have never wore formals. So make sure that while you're being in your placement, while you're sitting in the placement, you have a professional attire with yourself, a good pair of formal suits, both for women and men. And if not, you can also go for kurta, short, something which is very decent looking, clean, organized. That's it. This is all the basic thing that should be kept in mind. That's all. A brief about my IMC journey, and let me know if you want to know something else from my journey, and I'll try to reply